I think I'm just brunette because of the books.
And everyone knows blondes are nicer anyway.
The downfall of Blake is super important because it represents our collective awakening, specifically to celebrities that we should not be idolizing. And they hate that.
So do you feel free now to try everything? I mean, what is the next 5 years of, well, in terms of trying, I mean,
I think I know why Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds stepped out for the first time since all the drama to the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary. At the end of the day, this is all for PR.
Chuck has a matching pet monkey with coordinating outfits, and I was like, I would love to be part of the show, but I can't act with a monkey. And then I got a few of them.
She got a few of them.
Come on, it was a joke.
You know, a mother and she has 3 kids and she's done a lot of wonderful things too. You know, you can overcome that. And I came from a place where I wasn't privileged or...
I did a film with an absolute idiot of a co-star. And this human being was being so insecure and angry because this person couldn't get the scenes out. And I think I was so vulnerable and comfortable.
Okay.
Is Ryan Reynolds...
Oh! Like he's Canadian.
Look, you punch a couple hundred orphans and suddenly you're mean. This is what I don't understand.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have always been seen as Hollywood's ultimate power couple. But what if that's just smoking mirrors lately? Some celebrities have been spilling the tea. And let's just say it's not painting the best picture of them, from shady deals to behind-the-scenes drama. More and more receipts are coming out, and people are starting to question if these two have been playing the long game to protect their image. So what exactly is going on? And why are celebrities speaking up now? Well, here's the lowdown. But of course, before we go any further, make sure first that you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for more updates and videos like this. Now, let's get going.
And it was a little awkward.
I have a question.
Oh, hey, Ryan Reynolds.
Hi.
Hey. Ryan Reynolds, how's it going?
Great. Why? What have you heard?
Are you guys, but you guys are like, both of you have this attitude about you that...
In real life, it's the other way around, and I constantly have to call Blake and be like, it's okay, you're good at giving interviews.
This is the first time I've ever spoken. I remember being so scared, and I looked at this person and I said, you can F off. I'm going to work towards a tennis ball. I never want to see you again. And then I remember the producers came up and said, you can't do this to number 1. We have to let this person be on set.
Was Joy rude to you, Nicole?
Was so mean to me.
Ryan Reynolds was not great to us.
The cast of Jersey Shore puts Joy Behar and Ryan Reynolds on blast when asked about the alleged rudest celeb encounters they've had since their show debuted in 2009.
I have to be very diplomatic about what I say here. I'd like to be in it. They have called me about being in it. Right now, we have not agreed on terms. And everybody's trying their best and doing their best. But it may or may not work out.
Would I work with him again? No. I sort of wish him well because he's so good at Deadpool, and I think it's weird that he hates me.
Do you know he hates you?
We had a really weird moment on Deadpool where he said, let's do one more take. And then as the character, he was like horrifically.
Lately, the cracks in Ryan and Blake's carefully crafted image are becoming harder to ignore. Some big names in the industry are calling them out, hinting that their wholesome reputation might be nothing more than a PR stunt. And if what's being said is true, this could turn into a major Hollywood scandal. It all kicked off when Blake Lively made some serious accusations against her. It ends with us co-star and director Justin Baldoni. She claimed he harassed her on set, which immediately got people talking. But as the drama unfolded, some industry insiders started questioning whether her story was as straightforward as it seemed. Then things took a wild turn. Justin Baldoni hit back with a massive $400 million loss, extortion, and even trying to take over the entire movie project. And here's where it gets even messier. Other celebrities have started backing him up, suggesting that Blake and Ryan have a history of manipulating situations to make themselves look good for years. They've been Hollywood's golden couple. But now people are starting to wonder if there's a darker side to their success. Have they been playing the long con all along? Could this be the beginning of the end of their spotless reputation? One thing's for sure, the cracks are showing, and this story is far from over.
Fall of Blake is super important because it represents our collective awakening, specifically to celebrities that we should not be idolizing. And they hate that.
So do you feel free now to try everything? To try, I mean, what is the next 5 years? Well, in terms of trying, I mean, well, yeah.
Did you see the movie?
I did see the movie. But I mean,
we're going to give you a pop quiz.
There's going to be a pop quiz every minute of it.
Yeah.
Congrats on the premiere.
And congrats on being a fat bitch. I've got to go. Sorry, I was just daydreaming about Deadpool x Wolverine in AMC movie theaters now, doing a collab with Jack in the Box. What were you asking me about? Oh yeah, domestic violence. Director? We didn't have one of those for this movie. No, we didn't have one of those. This movie's so important because I'm in it and I get to wear my clothes and me and I, and when there's me, when I.
You look really nice.
You look like a drowned sewer rat. My husband Ryan Reynolds is calling me on my Mint mobile phone. Did I mention my husband is Ryan Reynolds? Sorry, he's calling me on my Mint mobile phone. I just really think there was something so charming about the South in the 1800s. Did I mention myself yet? The jacket's actually bowed. Well, it's my husband's, Ryan Reynolds. He's in Deadpool x Wolverine, out in AMC movie theaters now. Tickets available, and a popcorn bucket. On those florals, wash your hair with Blake Brown hair care products, and come out and see the rom-com of the summer. Gotta go.
I did a film with an absolute idiot of a co-star, and this human being was being so insecure and angry because this person couldn't get the scenes out, and I think I was so vulnerable and
Ryan Reynolds' not so nice side. The drama unfolds. All right, let's talk about Ryan Reynolds. He's always had this reputation as the funny, charming guy everyone loves, but not everyone's convinced. That's the real him. His true colors might have slipped through when he crossed paths with Jersey Shore stars Sammy Giancola and Dina Cordes. And let's just say the vibes were off.
For me,
Was Joy rude to you,
Joy
Nicole?
was so mean to me.
Ryan Reynolds was not great to us.
The cast of Jersey Shore puts Joy Behar and Ryan Reynolds on blast when asked about the alleged rudest celeb encounters they've had since their show debuted in 2009.
So what exactly happened? Well, when the Jersey Shore cast appeared on Watch What Happens Lives with Andy Cohen, they got asked if they ever met a rude celebrity. Sammy clearly didn't want to stir up drama, because let's be real, calling out A-listers isn't always a great idea. But before she could dodge the question, Dina went ahead and spilled the tea, saying it was Ryan Reynolds. She did try to soften the blow, adding that he wasn't great to them, but that she still loved Ryan and Blake Lively. But let's be honest, if you feel the need to say that something must have gone down.
I love Ryan Reynolds still. Like, I truly love Ryan Reynolds still, and I love Blake Lively. So when he like didn't want to be by us.
Okay, so they probably shouldn't wait by the duck phone for a call from Joy or Ryan.
Sammy also suggested that maybe Ryan was just having off day. But the fact that they even brought it up, yeah, it speaks volumes. And they're not the only ones who've been hesitant to call out big names for bad behavior.
I know why Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds stepped out for the first time since all the drama to the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary. At the end of the day, this is all for PR, to be honest. I think Saturday Night Live knew that people were gonna be talking about them and their event. They've been so controversial. They've been in every headline. Girl, I'm tired of hearing about them. But this also worked in their defense as well, because not only did they show up, Ryan Reynolds actually did a little skit. In the skit, they kind of joked about all the stuff that's going on. At the end of the day, I think they want the public to know that like Hollywood accepts them, you know, and they're at that event with all these celebrities. Just look at this crowd. Like you see Bad Bunny, like there's so many famous people in this picture. I feel like this was very strategic on their part. And why does she look scared the whole time he's talking? I don't think she knew that this was gonna be going on. I need this case to wrap it up and end, because I'm sick of hearing about it. I truly am. It ends with us.
Even actress Rebecca Ferguson once shared that she had a terrible experience with a co-star. She didn't name names, but she described the person as insecure and angry, constantly lashing out on set. According to her, this co-star was so frustrated with her own performance that they took it out on her, even screaming at her in front of the entire crew. She recalled how they humiliated her, questioning her acting skills right in front of everyone. It got so bad that she would walk off set in tears. And because this person was the top billed star, no one stepped in to help.
Did a film with an absolute idiot of a co-star, and this human being was being so insecure and angry because this person couldn't get the scenes out, and I think I was so vulnerable and comfortable.
But here's the real plot twist. She eventually stood up for herself and told them to get off her set. So could Ryan be one of those celebrities who's totally different behind the scenes? The jury's still out, but more and more stories are making people wonder if his nice guy image is just that, an image.
I think the thing too about like having, your parents go through all that, they made a lot of sacrifices so that we could be okay and we could be protected from all that. And, I've heard a lot of very crazy stories, and to see somebody who's, a mother and she has 3 kids and she's done a lot of wonderful things too, you can overcome that. And I came from a place where I wasn't privileged or I didn't really have anything handed to me necessarily, so I think, it doesn't matter where you come from, you can achieve things.
Rebecca Ferguson's nightmare co-star, who could it be? Rebecca Ferguson spilled the tea on a horrible experience she had with a super rude co-star, and trust me, it was a dad. She didn't name names. But the way she described it, yeah, it sounds like a total nightmare. According to her, this actor was so insecure about their own performance that they took it out on her, yelling at her in front of the entire crew, and even mocking her acting skills. Imagine just trying to do your job and getting screamed at on set. Yikes. It got to the point where Rebecca was breaking down in tears during filming. But here's the thing, she didn't just sit back and take it. She stood her ground. And at one point, she told this person to F off, and even said she'd rather act with a tennis.
Do you think you've been proudest of using your own voice?
I did a film with an absolute idiot of a co-star. And this human being was being so insecure and angry because this person couldn't get the scenes out. And I think I was so vulnerable and comfortable that I got screamed at. And I would cry walking off set. This person would literally look at me in front of the whole crew and say, "You call yourself an actor, this is what I have to work with. What is this?" And I stood there just breaking. This happens. But because this person was number 1 on a call sheet, there was no safety net for me. So no one had my back. And I remember the next day I walked on and I said, "You get off my set." This is the first time I've ever spoken. I remember being so scared. And I looked at this person and I said, "You can F off. I'm going to work towards a tennis ball. I never want to see you again." And then I remember the producers came up and said, "You can't do this to number 1. We have to let this person be on set." And I said, "But the person can turn around and I can act to the back head."
Wow.
And I did. I was so scared. I feel.
After her story went viral, tons of actors showed support, including Dwayne Johnson, who praised her for standing up for herself. Even some of her past co-stars reached out after hearing what she went through. But here's the real question. Who was this mystery actor? Well, Rebecca's not spilling, saying it doesn't matter. But she did make one thing very clear. It wasn't Tom Cruise or Hugh Jackman now. While people have thrown out a few guesses, some are still convinced it could have been Ryan Reynolds. And let's be real, Rebecca's not the only one who seems to have distanced herself from him. Even Jake Gyllenhaal, who used to be super close with Ryan, has completely cut ties. Whatever happened between them, it must have been serious.
Is Ryan Reynolds?
Mean. Like he's Canadian.
Look, you punch a couple hundred orphans and suddenly you're mean. This is what I don't.
So could Ryan be the mystery co-star? Or is there someone else in Hollywood with a reputation for being that difficult? Did Ryan Reynolds really freeze out Marina Baccarin? If you thought the drama ended there, think again, because we have to talk about Marina Baccarin, aka Deadpool's original leading lady. Remember how she played such a huge role in the first movie? But by the sequel, she was barely there. Yeah, that wasn't just a creative choice.
What's up with Deadpool 3? Fans want to know.
What is up with Deadpool 3? That's a really good question. I have to be very diplomatic about what I say here. I'd like to be in it. They have called me about being in it. Right now, we have not agreed on terms. And everybody's trying their best and doing their best, but it may or may not work out.
But you're an integral part of that.
I'd like to think so. I do think that this movie, I do feel like they're trying to reinvent it a little bit. I think this movie is going to be much more about Wolverine and Deadpool.
Rumors have been swirling that Marina and Ryan had a falling out on set. And after that, she got pushed to the sidelines, both in the movie and in real life. And the proof, when Deadpool and Wolverine started making waves, Marina was noticeably absent from all the promo events, even at the premiere, while the rest of the cast was mingling. She was off to the side in red carpet photos alone. Fans couldn't help but notice how awkward it looked. And a lot of people are convinced this was all Ryan's doing, allegedly. He didn't want her around because of their past issues. Messy, right?
Looks like a pattern is emerging as I found this blind item from July of 2024 stating that Ryan Reynolds completely iced out his co-star, Morena Baccarin, I think it is, and she was not included in any of the promotion for Deadpool and Wolverine. And when you think back to it, yeah, she wasn't. And if you look at the red carpet photos, she's pictured all alone by herself, not with any of the other cast. Just like what Blake did to Justin. So I wonder what the disagreement was there. I wonder if she was questioning some of the jokes in the movie. And of course, Ryan's ego couldn't take it. I'm sure there's some ironclad NDA in there and we'll never know what happened. But the promos and the videos don't lie. She wasn't in any of them with the cast. She was all alone by herself. I'm just hoping she wasn't sent to the basement.
So what really went down between them? Some say it had to do with her role in the franchise, while others think she pushed back on jokes Ryan wanted in the movie. Whatever the case, it seems like Ryan wasn't a fan of being challenged. And just like we've seen with other Hollywood power moves, he made sure she was left out. And based on how everyone at the premiere seemed buddy-buddy with Ryan, Marina didn't have much support either. Sound familiar? Yeah, this is giving major. It ends with us vibes with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. And here's where things get even more interesting. A former co-star who had also worked with Ryan hinted that after Deadpool made him a massive star, he completely changed according to them. He distanced himself from people and made it clear he wasn't looking back. And when asked if they'd ever work with him again, their answer was a hard no. Ryan Reynolds' list of burned bridges just keeps growing. Oh, we're not done yet, because it looks like Ryan Reynolds has rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And the latest to speak out, none other than Deadpool co-star TJ Miller. TJ, who played Weasel in the franchise, didn't hold back when talking about his experience with Ryan. He made it very clear that he walked away from the films because of Ryan and wouldn't come back for Deadpool 3, even if they doubled his paycheck. That's not just work drama, that's personal.